You know what nobody tells you when you're young? That your 20s aren't some trial run. They're not a practice round where mistakes don't count. They're the foundation. Every single day you're living right now is pouring concrete for the house you'll live in for the rest of your life. And here's the thing. Most people don't realize this until it's too late. They wake up wondering why their life feels stuck. They look back and see a decade of scrolling, sleeping in, saying yes to everything that didn't matter and no to everything that did. The truth hits them hard. Their 20s weren't stolen from them. They gave them away, one distracted day at a time. But you're here right now, reading this, which means you have something most people never get, a chance to see it coming before it happens. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine two people, both 23. Same starting point, same opportunities, same struggles. The only difference is what they do when nobody's watching. The first person hits news 5 times every morning. They scroll through their phone before their feet hit the floor. They drift through their days reacting to whatever comes at them, making decisions based on how they feel in the moment. They tell themselves they'll start getting serious next month, next year, when things calm down. The second person wakes up at the same time every day, not because they love mornings, nobody really does it first, but because they understand something deeper. When you control your mornings, you control your life. Those quiet hours before the world demands your attention, that's where transformation happens. That's where the person you want to become gets built, one focused morning at a time. Now, fast forward 10 years. Same two people, now 33. The first person is still saying next year, still waiting for the right moment, still wondering why everyone else seems to be moving forward while they're standing still. Their dreams haven't died, they just faded in a background noise, drowned out by the chaos of a life that happened to them instead of for them. The second person, they're unrecognizable, not because they had some massive breakthrough or lucky break, but because of something far more powerful. They stacked tiny improvements day after day until those improvements became who they are. They learned something new every single day, not entire books or complex courses, just one idea, one insight, one skill. And those daily lessons, they compounded. Their mind got sharper. Their problem solving deepened. Their confidence became unshakable because it was earned brick by brick. Here's what's wild about all this. The difference between these two people wasn't talent or privilege or some secret advantage. It was habits. Simple, quiet habits that nobody celebrates on social media, but everyone notices over time. Take journaling. Sounds basic, right? Maybe even pointless. But here's what actually happens when you write things down every day. You start seeing patterns you've been blind to your whole life. You catch yourself making the same mistakes over and over. You notice what actually makes you happy versus what you think should make you happy. You have conversations with yourself that reveal truths no one else could ever tell you. It becomes your compass when everything around you is chaos. Or think about your attention. Right now, in this exact moment, your attention is the most valuable thing you own. Companies are fighting wars to steal it. Apps are designed by the smartest people in the world for one purpose: to keep you scrolling, clicking, escaping. And every time you give in, every notification you chase, every hour you lose to the void of your phone, you're not just wasting time. You're training yourself to be distracted. You're building a habit of living in reaction mode instead of creation mode. What if you just said no? What if the first hour of your day was phone-free? What if you stopped scrolling before bed? Your mind would start working for you again instead of against you. You'd have space to think, to create, to actually become someone instead of just consuming other people's lives. And your body, when's the last time you actually moved it? Not punishing yourself at a gym you hate, but just moved, walked, stretched, did 20 push-ups. Your body isn't separate from your mind. When you move, everything shifts. Stress clears. Energy flows. Ideas come. You feel alive instead of just existing. Money too. I know you're thinking you don't make enough to worry about money yet, but that's exactly backward. The habits you build now with small amounts become the habits that define you when the amounts get bigger. Track what you spend. Save something, anything. Learn how money actually works. Because financial freedom isn't about how much you make. It's about how wisely you manage what you have. And here's the one everyone gets wrong: your circle. The people you spend time with aren't just friends, they're mirrors showing you who you're becoming. If they drain your energy, if they pull you away from your vision, if they celebrate your distractions instead of your growth, you have to make a choice. It's not cruel to protect your energy. It's survival. Read books that expand you, not to impress anyone, not to hit some arbitrary number, but to access perspectives and experiences you could never live yourself. Biographies of people who've done what you want to do. Philosophy that questions everything you think you know. Psychology that reveals why you do what you do. Each book is a shortcut to wisdom that took someone else decades to earn. But here's the secret that ties all of this together. Forget goals for a second. Goals are fine. They give you direction. But systems? Systems give you results. You don't need a goal to read 50 books this year. You need a system to read 10 pages every morning. You don't need a goal to get in shape. You need a system to move your body for 20 minutes every day. The goal gets you started. The system makes you unstoppable. Learn to be alone with yourself. Not lonely, alone. There's a massive difference. When you can sit in a room by yourself without reaching for distractions, without needing someone else to validate your existence, without running from your own thoughts, that's when you discover who you actually are. That's when creativity shows up. That's when resilience gets built. Solitude isn't something to fear. It's where your power lives. Keep promises to yourself. This one's subtle but devastating. Every time you say you'll do something and then don't, you're teaching yourself that your word means nothing. Every time you follow through, even on tiny things, you're building unshakable self-respect. Your relationship with yourself is the foundation for every other relationship in your life. Make it solid. And when things get hard, and they will, practice gratitude. Not the fake kind where you pretend everything's perfect. Real gratitude. Finding something, anything, to be thankful for even when your world feels like it's falling apart. Gratitude doesn't change your circumstances. It changes how you carry them. It turns what you have into enough, and enough into more. So why start now? Why not wait until you have it all figured out? Because you never will. Nobody does. The people you admire, the ones who look like they have it all together, they started messy. They started scared. They started with no guarantees. The only difference is they started. Your 20s aren't a waiting room where real life begins later. This is it. This is real life. The choices you make this week, the habits you build this month, the focus you protect this year, they're all writing a story. And in 10 years, you'll either read that story with pride or regret. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start. Start small. Start with one habit, one morning routine, one book, one day of protecting your attention, one promise kept to yourself. Your future self is waiting. And trust me, they're counting on you to start today.